Hello, good evening. How are you guys? Welcome to Dr. Sunday Adelaja Facebook live broadcast. So today we are going to continue from where we stopped yesterday. Stopped yesterday. I'm not looking directly in the camera because I would normally see myself, but I can't. So this is a blind video and I cannot see myself or what I'm doing right now. But it's nice that you guys are joining us. So welcome, guys. I really want to say hello to you. So hopefully I will get another device to look at people's to look at the people that are joining us this evening. So how is your Sunday been? You know, I'm not into happy Sunday or happy any day, but happy every day, okay? So thank you for joining us today. I wonder who's going to be the first person to join us so that I can say hello. I'm really looking forward to that. We are going to continue today's program where we would talk about, thank you. Well, the title of today's program is You Could Become Anything You Want to Be. So, hello Rochelle, you're the first today. Hi Rochelle, good evening. Olamide, good evening. Thank you for joining. Kate is here with me. I can see her as well. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining. I hope you're all good. So, guys, it's going to be an interesting evening. It was the boys yesterday where I was also there, but it was mostly the boys. So we had 3 gentlemen yesterday talking about the video that we're going to continue watching right now. This is DSA values, and it says that you can become anything you want. You know, yesterday I introduced this starting with, you know, you hear it, and with the best of parents, they always tell us as children that we can become anything that we want. Most of the time I think this is just to encourage us, but really as adult now, or even as parents as well, that you are now telling your own children, do you really believe in this? And also, if you believe in it, then what are the practical ways to make it happen and not make it just words, but also make it reality? So you can become whatever you want. This is the title of today's program. So hello Theophilus, how are you? Good evening, thank you for joining. Who else do we have here? I just want to say hello to everyone. Thank you. I can't see many other names. I can only see a few people that have joined, but thank you. Guys, without further ado, please guys, why don't you start with sharing right now? Just click your share button and share on your page so that other people will see that you're watching this. And also, why don't you also tag somebody? You know, you can tag by typing at the @ button that you use to email people. So this is the same @ button that you use and then no space with names. Facebook will usually populate different names that you have on your Facebook as your friends or family already, and you can select the people that you want to be mentioned or to join you for the program. It's very effective when you tag somebody because they will see the name notification and then click on the button to see where their name's been mentioned. And of course, you can invite people individually. Again, I always feel like you want me to watch with you when I get invitation. So do all of the above, or you can do 1 or 2 of them if you wish. But I prefer if you do both. Thank you very much, Olamide. Who else do we have? Okay, I can't see many more names. Hello, Mr. B. Hello, Yinka. Good evening. Thank you for joining. I'm not in front of the camera as I would usually be and see all your names, but I will look at it from time to time. And of course, I know you can see from your camera that we've got my favorite, because I'm my favorite, so she's also my favorite. My favorite Katia right here. So say hello to Katia.
Hello, and I have my favorite host tonight again.
Okay, so you have both of us, both favorites you have here, except for Dr. Sunday, who's the ultimate favorite for everyone. So guys, today, again, I'm just going to introduce our topic, which is taken from DSA values. DSA values is one of DSA 7, so 18 days, 7 days a week of different programs that Dr. Sunday will release. So every week we will start releasing each of the programs, and this week, which was on Saturday, yesterday morning at 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria, 7 a.m. UK and Nigeria time, we released DSA values. And from that DSA values, we did a program in the evening at 12 hours later, 7 p.m. and we started with the boys. So if you didn't watch this program, the part 1 of this program, then you can schedule a time to watch it later. But right now, today, we are doing the second part of it. So we started watching the DSA values. It's only 16 minutes long, so 16 and a half minutes long. And with that time, we're looking at each part of it and then discussing it. You know, we really want people to watch these videos in a way that will be of benefit to them, that they will yield something out of it. So it wouldn't be a video that you just watch and you just get the information, leave it in your head, and then no product. We believe that lots of products can come out of this. And this, especially with this title where it says you can become anything you want. Becoming what you want is not by saying, it is really by actions, and then the actions becoming reality and truly becoming what you want. So I really want you guys to engage as usual. You know me, I like a lot of people around. I like us all to rub minds together. I just don't want it to be myself or Kate or anybody else that is here in the studio, but all of us. So if you are home, wherever you are right now, this is Sunday evening, you can really engage with us. Write down your comments. We will do all our best to read your comments. Also, you can call us on Julie Ngoya's messenger. That's Julie Ngoya. Julie will put her details up, so all you have to do is click on her name, and then it will take you to a page. You would see messenger, go onto messages or send a message, and then click on click on the phone sign, the hand phone sign, and you will be able to get through to us to share your own thoughts on what we are discussing. So I would also like Kate to say something about DSA values, and especially this as well, because Kate takes a really huge part in this video. So I really do want, it's a huge and significant parts as well. So I really want her to talk about it and her thoughts as well, and let us know her mind as well on DSA values, and especially this video. Over to you.
Thank you. Well, DSA values, the word values I used to not understand before. Like some years ago, I didn't understand what value mean. Like I could see in the dictionary, but I couldn't actually relate to it, because in our country, in the countries of ex-USSR, we were not taught that you have to build your values. The country, the government was deciding which values you have. And you build your life based on values that is set up by someone, and you don't even know about this, and then you wonder why your life is not what you want. So when pastor started explaining in our church what values is, let me tell you that how I told you, I think already, how many years it took me to understand the word values.
That's really interesting.
2 years.
That's really interesting what you're saying, Kate, because I think sometimes we take some things for granted. I realized that during DSA, during attributes, that there are lots of words that I use or I say, but I don't really know the depth of those words. And I just use them, I just take them for granted, and I don't imbibe them in myself. And if I did think about them very well, I would have more values out of them. But what you're saying here is really touching for me, in the sense that, talking about the USSR model and not understanding what values are, and also not even building any values, because everything is prescribed to you of what you need to do and what you wouldn't do. So, continue, because I really do want to hear that, so that other people also can understand the advantage that they have now, the opportunities that they have now that many people did not have in the past.
Yes, so Pastor Sunday is someone who is a behavioral strategist, a person who builds behavioral models, behavior and our choices of how we respond to different situations in life. It gives us result in life. And many people, they don't know that actually everything that you have in life is your choice. First of all, your choice of values is not only your choice of a person to marry, for example, it's also a choice of values. So anything that you have in life is a result of values you have. So what the pastor is doing in this series of videos, he is saying which values will, which values will bring. Like, because you can know about different values, but you don't know which results it brings. For example, our parents, they say to us many things, don't do this or don't do that. They are giving us value, but we don't actually understand many times what it brings in our life.
Yes.
For example, someone was told that let me use an example of marriage because it's very familiar to many people. Parents are saying you have to get married till like 25, then it's too late, you know, everyone is married or something like this, or you have to finish the institute and then get married immediately. This is their value, and you don't understand how this value will impact you, because behind the value is the whole life. If you think that you have to get married early, it's your value, then it means that you won't be able to develop yourself. You will not be mature mother, you are not going to be mature father, you will make a lot of mistakes with raising children, you will be unhappy parent, unhappy grandfather, grandmother, or whatever. And one value brings a lot of stuff in your life, and then it's so difficult to change it if you have already built all your life on specific value. So now pastor is given those values, and he tells what is the outcome, like the point A and point B. So here is the point A, where you can take a decision to implement this value in your life, and the point B, you know what it will be. So in this video, what pastor did, he started with the point B, and he said, like, here is the point B, here is where you can get. I came from the
poor background,
village and rural area of Nigeria, and look what I became. And he's showing so many pictures with people who you can even only maybe dream of even seeing in one room, you know, and he is showing a friendly relationship with those people. And it's point B. So if you want to be in this point B, then pastor says, hello, if you want to be in point B, start with the point A, and point A is the value that he gives in this video, which is you can become anything you want.
Thank you, Kate. That was really interesting. And you know, this is one thing that I do love when we have different people to share opinions, ideas, their thoughts, what they're thinking about one subject. If you put 2 people here, even if you put 10, 100 people, they will have different opinion, and this is how we learn. And I really love also a lot of what Kate have said today, because you know, I think she has the depth of understanding from the point where she's applying this to a nation, and the implication of even not knowing values, not knowing the meaning of a value, and from the point of being hearing the word value, understanding what it means, took years for her to understand what it means. And then also, after understanding, imbibing that in herself, in her life, and understanding what somebody else, Dr. Sunday now, is also doing with other people. So she has a very large view from different angles, you know, nation angles, individual angles. And I love the example that Kate gave with regards to marriage. I mean, marriage is common, you know, we all know what marriage is, and we all know that based on your culture, environment, the pressures of marriage. Not knowing, marriage is just like maybe, you know, wedding especially is one event, but marriage also requires so many skill sets, so many ability, it encompasses a lot of things. And if the right values are not set, then it's going to be very challenging, life is going to be very difficult. And a lot of people don't know this, you know. They always tell you if you're you know, grown in biomass, in, you know, size, you finish your education, for example, you're a certain age, then, you know, get married. What else are you waiting for? When they should also tell you the values that you need to equip yourself so that you can maintain the marriage, so that you can feed the marriage. The marriage is not just, okay, meeting somebody, and so all those kind of things which are important are missed out because we don't know values, or we don't take values seriously. And in this case with Dr. Sunday, these videos are to help us to see how he, as an individual himself, from a very poor background, from nothing in a village in Africa to side by side with world leaders, with influencers, with achievers of the all around the world. So this is really important. This is from yesterday we talked about the how. This is the how to, first of all, gain the values and how to use the values to the point where it would yield you results. So this is a solution-oriented piece, and everyone that we really want people to see this as a tool for themselves, as a tool for their lives, or any areas that they find that important to them, to use it as a tool to achieve the success that they need in that area. So we're going to start, we're not going to start from the beginning because this is part 2, but we would go back a little bit. I think we should, and then from there we'll take it and then we start talking about what we see in there. Okay, so should we start from like 2?
2 what?
I think, yeah, you've gone back a bit? Okay. This is just 10:59. It's 10 seconds. It's 10, a little bit more, maybe like 2 minutes.
3 minutes left.
3 minutes.
No,
so
it's 3 minutes left.
Okay, so go back like 2.5 minutes. Yeah. Thank you.
Answer the question, what can I do with this particular potential? What can this give me? What have other people done with these things before in their lives? You'll be discovering that you are not empty, that you are already loaded with resources, you're already loaded with potential. And the thing that God has not let you know, that He has actually put you around things and everything to make you become more than you can become. Next thing that you might want to discover for yourself, the capacity. Can you live with capacities? What are the capacities? Those are your things, the things that you are able to do. Are you able to sing? Are you able to write? Are you able to draw? Are you able to make friends? Are you able to build relationships? Do you have the skill to repair things? Do you have the capacity or ability to notice things? Do you have the ability and the capacity to be able to do anything? It doesn't matter how many other people are doing it. Just identify your capacities. Identify how maybe you can stay up for long. Maybe you can work for 8 hours straight. Maybe you have the capacity and the ability to read and sit in one place. If you just sit in one place, that is a resource right there. You know that?
Okay. Right. So we went back a little bit for what number 2 is, so that you just catch on, so you can just catch a little bit of that. You, again, if you haven't watched this or you didn't start with us yesterday, I really urge you to watch yesterday's program later on. But we can continue very well from here and talk about this last point, number 3, which is capacity. You know, what are the capacity that we have? Before that, Dr. Sunday mentioned potential. You know, the potential of things that you can do, what can you do, and then your capacity, your ability to do those things. So one is what can I do? Then the next one is like the ability to do that. Am I capable of doing it? So what do you think, Kate?
This is amazing. You know, we very often we are in situation when the world around us says how the things have to be done. And people, they say, you know, in order to build this career, you have to, you know, to know this and this person, or you have to do the specific steps. Or for example, in order to become someone you want, you have to have money, you know, or you, in order to become
connection, you need
you need connections, you need money, you need specific, you know, something. Possessions, you need to have some material things, or you need to, in order to be this person or to become that person, you had to be born in America, for example, or something like this. And we often we sit and think like, how can I feel the urge inside of me to do this thing, but how can I do it if I don't have this, I don't have that, I don't have that? This is what usually we think. But when you hear that you didn't come here empty, God already gave you everything, then I feel like, you know, I am this Now I am this servant that has been given just one talent, and he's thinking like he didn't give me anything. But excuse me, you know what the talent is? If I'm not mistaken, the talent, just one talent, is actually I would be rich here now if I would have one talent. It was so many. I think it was so much money that time. A talent.
Yes.
That, I mean, talent that were given to a servant.
Yes.
So this servant, he was not looking for, for how to maximize what he had. He just thought, oh, I don't have this what other person has.
Yes.
And this is what amazes me, because I can say that mostly every person I met in my life has this mindset that, you know what, I don't have enough to do this or to become that,
Yeah.
And I just know, I know very famous people like, Bill Gates and Steve Jobs and many people similar to them who said, I don't care what I don't have, let me do it what I'm passionate about.
I mean, what Kate said and what Dr. Sunday said, they're really interesting, and I'm really so pleased that we have this opportunity to share this with you, and also to share for you guys also to share your thoughts with us, because this is a problem of Africa and society at large. That is why 98% of people in the world are struggling, while only 2% are doing well. Doing well, maybe I should say to their full potential. And, religion is used to pacify us, to say, God will do it for us, or we are looking upon God, when God has done everything that we need for us. And
those 2% that you are saying, I think they are exactly the same people as us.
No, of course.
Most of them, they didn't have anything that we think we need to have to be successful in any area of life.
Of course, and
let's say, tell me, Steve Jobs, what did he have?
It was even it was an orphan at some point.
He was an orphan.
Yes.
Yeah.
He doesn't have anything, he doesn't have anything superior to what we have.
He couldn't even build a PC. Can you understand? He wasn't the person who built a PC. He couldn't. He just took one person, he took another person and put them together.
He had vision. He had ideas, and Okay, I really think that what we're saying here is so important, and I think that we should really talk about it a lot more. I know we watch this and we're watching this, but this is so important, because I know personally for myself, for example, I would use myself as an example, that I always make excuses that I don't have this. Let's go, for example, with like making YouTube videos or doing videos like we are doing now. I have all the gadgets, like I have iPad, I have computer, I have what the Sunday is talking about, potential and capacity. I can do some things, right? I have the tools to help me, even if I can't do it, to go and learn how to do it. But what do I look at? I look for things that I don't have right now. I'm not looking at the things that I have right now to achieve something, even to help me to build on to get what I want.
Yeah.
I'm constantly looking and, I don't have a very like a professional camera that's going to cost me like $10,000. So, but I have an iPad.
So you know the right way for this to be done.
Yes.
And you say, because I don't have all the
right
settings,
tools,
then I'm not going to
do anything.
there.
Yes.
Yeah. It's like if you are on the island and you are lonely there on the island and you want to swim to the shore, to the shore, and you have the woods there, you can build the boat, to swim there, but then you say, I don't have the right woods.
Yes.
I have to have another wood, so I'm going to stay here and die.
Yes, I have the wood, I have everything, but I have to build it. I like the ones that is already been built by a professional.
Yes, exactly.
This also have a problem
so
with using.
Let me stay and die on this island because I don't have professional. Let me die.
Yes, but this is what we all do, especially the 98% remaining in the world. This is what we do. It's really important that you look at what are my potential, what are the things that I have, what are my capacity, what do I have. So use what you have right now. I know we hear this a lot, but we don't do anything about it. We hear, you can become whatever you want, and then you hear that use what you use in your hand. and we hear it. Use what you're using your hand. Use what you have now. But we look upon what we don't have.
The problem is that also our environment, because in our environment, when you go to someone and say, you know what, I want to start business with this and this, people will say, what, you want to start business with this? You know, you don't have this capacity, you don't have this, you don't have that, you know. They don't look at what you have. They usually will see that out of 100% of tools you need for this business, you have only 50, so don't go there. This is what our environment says. And we buy into it.
We buy into it, and I mean, maybe one day, maybe during this video or other videos, I'll come to the understanding of the whys of why we don't need. But even that why is not important. What is important is that what we have right now, let's use it. Let's take immediate action. I read somewhere that you have no business starting a business where you're still looking for the resource to start.
If you are looking for resources, it's not the good time
to
start.
It's not. You have no business if you don't have everything, or you feel like you don't have the things that you need to start a certain business. You have no business even thinking about it. So what does that mean? It doesn't mean that sit down and do nothing. It means that only start a business with what you have currently, what you have, and what you have all the tools to do it with. So don't say, oh, I want to start a business, but you don't have everything. Then you're not serious.
It's like
that's what we're saying.
Business is serving people. Serving people is giving them what they lack. Imagine that one person is hungry, sitting on the street and hungry, and you have one apple, you know, and then you think, oh, it's not a full meal. I'm not going to give it because it's just an apple. So I'm not starting my business. I'm not starting to give this apple because I have only apple, and the person needs the whole meal. So let this person to be hungry continue being hungry because I have just an apple, and in my imagination he has to have sushi meal.
Yes, you know, this is a good point as well. So this point that Kate is making actually brings it home. Like, you're hungry, right? You have one thing to eat, but you're saying, right, that's just dessert. I can't just eat dessert, or I can't just eat fruits. I need a whole meal, so I would rather not eat anything. And this is what we're doing all the time, especially when we have potential. We all have potential. We know that now. It's a done deal. God came, remember in the beginning, the first one was that we came with a package. You were created with a package. There's something in you already. God has already put all the potential, everything.
We don't count it at all.
And we have to count. We can't dismiss these things that we have already, that are already in us.
And it's so ungrateful. You know, it's how do you say ungrateful?
It is ungrateful.
Like, it's so ungrateful if you, imagine you got something, you gave me something for me. Can you give me something? Give me your book. You give me your book and don't give me a pen.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, I got only a book and I don't have a pen. What's the point of this book then if I don't have a pen? Instead of saying thank you to you.
Yeah, but that's what we do. And it's such a good analogy.
And God, He gives a book to one person and a pen to. Can you take this pen? So He gives a pen to another person and book to another. So now give me this. Oh, thank you so much. You know, oh, I don't have a pen now, but I will have a pen. This book is awesome. I can write so much here. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, hello, how are you doing? I
have this great book.
A pen, you know. I have this great book. Do you want to write this here together, something? Oh, thank you.
Wow, I like that, Kate. Kate, you know, Kate, you've been watching Dr. Sunday too much, because this is like the innovation video. This is like the innovation video. This is brilliant. Guys, I hope you're really getting us and you know what we're trying to say. I know we're sharing it from our experience and our point of views. We really want you also to share your point of views, your experience. You can call us on Julie Ngoye's Messenger, or you can actually write your comments and let me read it out and see what you're saying. I don't know. Okay, I've got something from one of our viewers, Gold V. Thank you so much for your comments. I said, is she saying here? We are created with packages. Yes, exactly. Yeah. So we have packages that we have to unravel. We have to unwrap, see what is in there, and start putting it out there as a solution for the world. Then we always worry about what we don't have. That's also Gold V. Then working with what we have to succeed. Brilliant. I think at least one
worry.
person is...
Think about this. We worry about what we don't have. Where, for example, I don't have... for example, I am a woman. I'm not a man. And I don't have like everything that man has. And I should worry about this. This is what we do. We worry about something that we were not given. So what's the problem?
Yes.
Like, if you don't worry that you are a woman and you are not a man, then you shouldn't worry that you don't have something to start something, you know?
Wow. I think that's a good point, actually, you know? And, you know, maybe we take this for granted. Do you guys see what Kate just said? That as one gender, you're not worried about not having what the other gender don't have. You just get on with your own, what you've been given, how you were created by God, and you don't worry that, oh, I wish I was a man, I wish I had, I wish I have men parts, you know? You don't wish that. You wish, you do as you are, you know,
yes.
You were created as you're
born.
So, yeah, I like that actually.
So
but actually, some people also wish that they were the opposite gender.
You know, yeah, but those people who worry about this, you know, they're not happy. They are really struggling with this.
Yes, and that's also a good example that the people that are worrying to be what they're not, they're also struggling mentally, physically, emotionally. So we really need to make ourselves to do with what we have, and then God would also be God or our creator, or even us. Forget God, put God, you know, leave God on one side. Once you start to use what you have, then the law of using what you have says that you build
the
on
law
more.
of using what you have.
The law of using what you have.
The law of using what you have
would automatically give you more, you know, because there will be other people looking at you, there'll be other people learning from you, and other people that will want to engage and collaborate with you. So this is really important that we use what we have, and always remember that parable that Katie told earlier with the
servant.
Yeah, the servants. You know, I was wondering with that parable. I mean, this is another level. It just came to my head right now. Did God give them all at the same time? Do you want the same time? No, were they all in the same room and it says here one, here two?
I don't know. I don't know if they were actually in the same room, but I have an impression that they were aware of what
the other got. Yeah.
I think so, but it's my imagination. Maybe.
Yeah, because I was thinking, why would somebody have one, and what would inform that person that one is just, you know,
even if you don't have to compare to someone, even if you don't have, it's still not right attitude to you got something and you did nothing
with it, and you bury it. And you know, this parable actually, for me personally, this is one of the biggest parable that worries me, you know, worries me as an individual. That am I doing everything that I can with what God has given me? I wake up every day now, you know, maybe previously I buried that parable. I didn't want to think about it. But nowadays, I wake up thinking, am I doing everything with what God has given me? Or am I burying them? Or am I being ungrateful? Am I just, you know, and it's concerning.
And many people are living like this, because if you say to God that why I don't have this, then it means you are the servant that is like we're complaining, because what the servant said, like he said to the Lord that you are demanding what you did where you didn't sow, like you didn't give me enough, and now you are demanding back. This is what he said, and it's the same that we are saying to God. We're saying, why you didn't give me this? Why you didn't give me this? Like because you didn't give me, now I cannot be happy. Now I cannot serve. Now I cannot do this. Now I cannot build business, or I cannot study, or I cannot anything. You know?
Wow, that's very interesting.
But I think many people are in this situation, because I also used to be in this situation, saying to God, like, why I don't have this.
I think actually we're all in this situation. We are in the category of the servant that buries their talent. If you are not in the 2%, we should all be. At worst case, in the worst case scenario, the world should be 98% that are living in their potential, full potential, and maybe 2% that maybe they're struggling for one reason or the other, and we would help them to lift them up. It shouldn't be the other way around, where only 2% are living to full potential and the rest of us are not living to potential. So let's really consider this. It's not about money, it's just about your potential. You know, money is a byproduct of that. is living to a full potential of being fully happy that you're doing everything that you can do with what you already have, what God has given to you, your package that He gave to you. So let me just read a few more before we move on onto this video. We have how many minutes? Oh, we have to finish this today. So let's see. We have Faith is saying that very true. God is awesome. We just need to be sensitive to His word in order to get it right. Well said. Thank you very much, Faith. And then Olabisi said, bless you guys. So many references were made today at Sunday school in my church. I'm a member of the Church of Christ. God really bless you, DSA. Thank you very much, Olabisi. I think I've read this one from Godvi. Let me read the next one. Grace says, thank you very much, Grace. Thank you. It's a compliment to us. Then Lisa said, it doesn't matter where you come from. You have great destiny in you. Thank you very much, Lisa. That's true. Absolutely true. Thank you guys. Okay, let's move on with the video. We're going to go to the next segment of this video. So guys, please, we're still expecting you to write, to actually call us and join in this conversation, speak out and tell us what you're thinking. But it's great that we're getting some people to write their comments as well. So let's see.
People will be able to just sit in one place and just do things on the computer. Or not even sit down together, just be in one place. If you had the capacity to just be in one place, you could do solitude. And you can do solitude, you could discover God. And you can discover God, you will discover everything. But if you cannot even discover God, you can sit in one place and just read. Or you can sit in one place and you can do research. You can sit in one place and you go explore library. Just, just the ability to be patient, or to wait, or the ability to be quiet, not to be talkative. Because there are people all over the world who are looking for people who don't talk too much, who can keep secret, who can just keep quiet. You have the capacity and ability to just help people. You have the ability to just listen to people and do what they tell you to do. These are resources, potentials, and capacities that will help you become anything you could become.
So you know what? I had an idea when Pastor was talking about sitting in one place. Can you value ability to sit in one place? Do you actually notice that sitting in one place is an ability and a capacity, and there is a value in it, and someone is ready to pay for it, and looking for people and posting some announcement in the on internet that I'm looking for person able to sit. Do you know about this?
No, I had no idea. I mean, when I first saw this the different abilities that Dr. Sunday was mentioning, I was just like thinking, oh my God, these are some of the things, rather than us to use it productively and make good of it, we actually derogate people. We make people feel bad for these abilities, which can be used to reach their own potential.
But I don't say even if the person is disabled, for example. I'm talking about anyone.
No, I'm not talking about disabled either. I'm talking about, sometimes when I just want to sit somewhere, or if you find somebody sitting, you know what we say? You're just sitting there all day.
Yeah.
Do you understand? We don't even say something like, oh, you like sitting down. I have something for you.
There is a story that Stephen Covey was bringing up. He was saying there was two people at work, one boss and one worker, and worker was staring at the window and thinking, and boss comes and says, hey, what are you doing here? And the worker, he says, I'm thinking. So boss said, well, cut it off and get back to work, cut thinking off. Like, how do you work then if you start thinking of? So we don't value, because we think that if you are just sitting, you cannot do anything productive. But what do you know about professions that when you have to sit?
Of course, then normally, even thinking, first thing about this before I answer that question is that we don't value all our abilities. We value things that maybe society tells us to value, or other people think that is valuable. What we really need is to start looking inward now and looking at ourselves and looking at what we are good at, what we we regularly do and value those things. And going to sitting, for example, the professions that we sit, I mean, most white-collar jobs, you sit anyway to do it, where you're in the office, but we still don't value that. Just like the story that you told, that the supervisor or the manager comes in and say, cut out thinking. If you don't think in the first place, you can't do the job.
Yeah.
You need your mind to think, and you need to continually think in order to do something. Either you're standing to think or you're sitting to think, you need to think. And for somebody to tell you to cut out thinking, then obviously there's a problem, because that person is not expecting you to work if they're saying that. But these mundane things that we think are mundane, that they're not of value, we need to start looking at those things now, where we're thinking, okay, this is not a big deal. I sit, this person is a couch potato. I mean, people that
couch
sit.
potato.
Yes, that's what I mean, in England.
How do you combine them in potato and couch?
I don't know. This is what they say. I mean, this is what I hear. To the extent where you even if somebody calls, you're trying to talk to somebody, and you're too ashamed to say that you're sitting down, because you feel like they're going to look down on you for sitting.
Okay, let me talk about one profession that is actually includes the word sitting. People who are business oriented, people who are really busy, they will hire and look for a good person who knows how to sit. Very good. It's going to be babysitter. So this person, it has to be at the place,
But they don't have to sit all day, Kate.
Yeah, when we say sitting, we're saying to be able to stay at one place.
Yes.
Or, okay, any other profession that requires attention. You have to, for example, we have here in Ukraine, when the building is many floors, there is one person who is sitting at the basement, and letting someone in or not. And let me talk about in the hotel you have reception. They have to sit there always. If you don't have reception, you are lost.
Yes. Yes.
I used to work on ships, and reception was the most busy place, because people, when I get in a ship, they are lost. So you need to sit, and those people, someone is looking for them, and we underestimate this.
Absolutely. And guys, we did a little task yesterday about listing your potentials, the things that you're good at, the things that you like. I mean, some of this as well. Maybe you could, we're not asking people to post what they've written, but just throwing it out there that for this now, we talked about sitting, Dr. Sunday talked about keeping quiet. What are jobs that you think that it would really benefit people, or that are required out there that require sitting?
Can we write it now?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
It would be nice that requires sitting. So you could write it to help somebody else. When we share these things, we might think that what we are sharing is not good enough, but somebody else would benefit.
We even we even underestimate the ability to write a comment.
Yes.
That's
a skill as well.
This is something that is paid for also.
I was going to that.
Yes.
I was going to that, Kate. I was going to.
Are you able to write comments?
Yes. Or even read comments.
Yeah.
What about this, right? Actually, this could be a job of the future if it's not already in existence.
It's already a job. I know people who I was hiring last year people to read and
your comments
and write comments. Read and write comments. Yeah?
Yes, this this is a job, right?
Yeah.
Kate is confirming this. Where if somebody has a social media account, for example, they need somebody to sit down and read the comments, and if there are comments that are important or they need answering, to collect those ones, and either if they can give the answers, or they can go to the person to ask the answers, write those answers down, and post it in response. That's a sitting job.
So if you know a job that will require sitting, write it down right now in the comments. I have one more idea. Many people, they feel ashamed when they have to admit that they are addicted to Facebook or to any social media. You know, I am addicted one.
Yes.
And I am not ashamed of it.
Yes, I used to be. Because in church, the pastor used to say, you're on Facebook all the time. And I saw you posting and doing this. So it just makes you feel bad about it because I didn't have understanding. But Kate is going to tell us something and I'm really keen to hear it.
You know what? I even saw in social media, in Facebook, I was seeing something religious posts like, instead of sitting here in Facebook, you would better pray or something like this. But you know what? because I used to watch it, it was attracting me so much, Facebook. Like I was attracted and I was feeling inside of me, I was feeling like, wow, I just spent 2 hours sitting there and I don't understand what I gained, but I understand that I cannot stop doing this. Like it was when it was appearing, like maybe in 2014, 2016, 15. I was sitting and I was feeling maybe I'm losing time.
Yeah, you're feeling bad. You're feeling like you're wasting your life, but you don't have to.
But you know what? I was not only watching, I was analyzing, and I started to analyze. These posts are popular. These are not popular. And then I started to analyze. To this I want to reply. To this I don't want to reply. Now I started to analyze these things, and I actually started to develop my social networking skills. And I found out that actually I can also make a service and help people with this, you know, because I learned a lot. So I turned my addiction to social media into analysis of what I know, you know, and also I was working with some people who were feeling the same, you know, and also they all turned to social media specialists because they understood if this is attracting them, then turn it from the negative, from something that is distracting you and your life, turn it to something very strong that can help people, help in spreading the word, helping, you know, what you are called to do.
Absolutely, you know. Kate, what you're saying here, right?
So social media marketer is my ad to
so what Kate is saying here, really guys, we all need to really hear this and understand what's happening here. Kate started with social media. She's now an expert in social media. And how did this start? She spent so many hours doing nothing at first, just looking at Facebook, and she found that she's always gravitating towards it. She enjoys it. She spends hours and hours. Even though she used to feel guilty because, you know, anything you spend so much time on and you're not actually achieving anything or bringing any value out of, you've been told that you're wasting your time, especially social media. Generally, everybody's talking negatively about it. Even the pastor that advertise themselves on Facebook, they also say that you're on Facebook, you're not praying. I'm thinking, excuse me, you have a Facebook account. You are always putting the programs on Facebook. But why are you saying this? But then in church, you know, you're not allowed to speak back and you just sit there and take everything anybody says. But I've learned to do better now. So, but we did that, you know, even in the past. Let me tell you a little story that I know. In the past, in Africa, and, you know, people used to really curse their children for playing football.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh my
there
God.
are many young men then that they love football. They used to they're really good. I mean, some people were attached to this. And they would say, oh, you know, it's football. They will curse their children if you love football. To the extent where they would just say, you have to do this, you have to do this is what you should be doing. But we don't see that this is their potential. And then when some generations later, they start making a lot of money from football and things like that, then they started encouraging their children because of the money.
You see, because our values mostly are in money. They're not values in those small things that God has given
us. So this is another generation now, where now we're turning our noses at Facebook, at social media, telling our children that they're spending so long on their phone, they're spending so much on social media. Well, okay, fine, we are telling them that they're spending so long on social media, but maybe we should help them to harness what they should do with social media.
This is what happened with children who are playing games. You know, old people, they think that gamers are crazy. But I also thought, and I had one assistant who were gamer. You know, he was crazy about, he had the best PCs, he had everything the best for gaming because he had to have the fastest, you know, processors and everything. And I thought, oh my God, this person is crazy. And when I started talking to him, I found out that I'm not even close to his
mental capacity.
So why? Because when he's playing games, he's not playing himself. He's gathering a team from all over the world. Chinese, Japanese, Jamaica, America, from all over the world. They are playing all together, and he knows even some basic languages because of this. Because he's having team builder skills. He's developing in many things.
Coordination, relationship, engagement with other people from different cultures.
He can build relationship. I cannot reach person as he can reach very fast. He can reach even Bill Gates if he wants. Because he knows how to build relationship. And except of this, those gamers are those to whom we have to thank for having strong PCs, because they had to have faster and faster PCs, and this is why we have now PCs that help us to work and do even videos, because of gamers.
Wow, I didn't know that. Well, that's a good. That's a good one, because gamers need speed.
Yes, they need speed. They need quality video. They need. That's why you can see now 3D movies and 3D cartoons. I love 3D cartoons. I'm not ashamed to be addicted to 3D cartoons. We are going with when I go to my father, we wear glasses, and I ask what is the last you have, and we are watching 3D, and we say, here the plot I don't like, here the plot is good, now this story is good, I would end it here, why did they put this character here? And we discuss this, we discuss technology, and I'm sure I will be creating cartoons in the future or stories like this, because I know if I have the addiction like this, okay, I admit that I cannot say, Father, no, I cannot spend time on watching cartoons. I have to use it productively. I cannot say.
But the other thing is that
I am using productively, and together with my father, we are enjoying this so much.
Yes, but one thing also from what you're saying is that they are transferable skills.
Yeah.
I didn't actually know that you watch 3D cartoons with your dad, but I know that the skills that you've acquired from that, you use it with video editing. Because when we're doing the video editing, you're the one saying that, this angle, this is not at the right angle. This color is this. Or when people are looking at this is what happened. Maybe you don't even know yourself, but that's what you do. That's a transferable skills from watching 3D cartoons.
But the good thing is, from what you said now, is because I didn't notice this before, now I see it. Yes, I think I have acquired skills from that, but I think we need friends to be able to notice what we don't notice. So maybe friends, they can say what we have, we can listen to what people say about us, what we have. Either they can say positive or negative. As yesterday with Anu, he said that he was told by his friends negative feedback.
He talks too much.
Yeah, but this is what showed him what he has. So it doesn't matter if it's positive or negative feedback, but it shows you what ability and capacity you have. So friends can reveal this.
Actually, this pointer, I really do want to appeal to parents. I don't know why I do this, actually, why I say this all the time. But these things are, we are the first point of contact for children, for the next generation. And for that reason, we really need to maximize some of these things that we're hearing that we know. I told the story of the kids, footballers, and playing football, and how parents are always so against it. When I was growing up, any boy that's playing football, they cursed the boy out. Then that later changed when they realized what they were earning. And Kate is just talking about her relationship with a cartoon, and how that has helped her, because I know that that's helped her actually to understand videos, angles and colors and dimensions and things like that, because she shares that with something that's unrelated to cartoons at all. Over the videos that we do, we trust your skills on this. It's like, okay, let Kate look at this. Kate would look at this and say this is the right color or this is the right angle, and you would explain that this is not looking good because can you see? Every time I'm doing something, you always tell me, can you see? And then I will see. So my appeal really out there is to parents or any adults that you've got young people around you. Please help them. There's some of these young people that love technology so much. Don't curse them on it. Look at angles and ways they can develop in that technology. Some of them also play a lot of games. You bought these devices for them. Look for ways that you can engage with them and help them to use the skill sets that they're learning.
To convert them.
Yes, to convert. Okay, that's a good one actually. To convert the skill set that they're learning from playing this game to do productive things. Maybe you would say to them, you can bargain with them. You can say, you can watch You can play 2-3 hours a day if you want, if that's going to help you. But at the end of the week, I want you to produce this with it. Because those machines, they have other uses. It's not just to play games like Kate has said. There are other things. You can edit videos on them. You can communicate with people. There's so many things that you can do. So engage with them and start helping them with those skill sets that they've really spent the 10,000 hours on, especially people in the West. We are so spoiled that we have so many gadgets and so many things. And most of these children have mastered the uses of this, but they just master it for no conversion, but they can use it for conversion. So let's start doing that with our young people, with their children, and even as adults as well. If there's something that you love, please don't dismiss it. Start to use it, and you try to convert it into something. So
you know, I think we need to read the comments, but I just remembered one thing, because you talk about football, and then you said to appeal to parents, and I think that parents, they're really, you know, they don't want their children to waste, as they think, waste time on something that will not bring them fortune or will not bring them money as for the future, because they think about their future. But what we don't understand is that we don't know which skills will bring what. So one example from my life, I've been working as a waitress in one restaurant, and this restaurant was going down. So what do you think? They have invited a manager that had been ex-football player, and he had no experience with any
management skills.
No, he didn't have any skills with any restaurant.
Okay.
You know, they invited him because he had a good team building skills. Because of football, he was only a football player, nothing else.
Yes.
You understand?
Yes,
You understand?
yes, I do.
So
I
it
do.
means that all the skills were gained.
They're transferable.
Yes, to other very important things in life.
And I'm glad that you mentioned that about footballer, and you know, this example that Kate has just given is a really important example to kind of help us with what we're discussing now, because the person that was brought to manage a huge restaurant was an ex-footballer. It's not a chef, it's not a manager, it's just an ex-footballer. And you know, with football, it's a team play, it's a team game. You know, 11 players, you have to have a relationship with them, you have to be able to look at them in the eyes to know who, when, you know, in a very fast way, when to pass the ball to you. So once you have that skill, and you're no longer a footballer, you're too old to be a footballer, that skills was useful in order to manage your restaurant. And also, that person would also have a network of other footballers and other people that he can say, come to our restaurant, you know, come and do this, and do that. So there's all the skills. So this is really, really good. I think this is a very, very good example that you've given here, and we should all think about it. Let me read some of the comments, because there are comments here. We have Fade, I hope I pronounce it. Yeah, I think football is even better. Music is the worst. You want to be Alagbe.
What's
Alagbe? Alagbe is like just singing on the street, like, you know, a bus yeah.
This is what they say.
That's what the parents, if you're interested in music, your parents will be, especially in Africa, is like, music, what's music going to do for you? You know, you want to be like a singer.
Everyone wants to be a speaker. You know that speaker has to have very good developed diaphragm.
Yes.
And if you are a singer, you have it very developed. You know many things like.
Look at that. Yes, it says you want to be Alagbe, meaning a beggar. But now it's seen as a professional, better understanding now.
Beggar. Do you know there is a profession beggar, but it's called fundraiser?
Yes.
It's not a beggar.
Did you guys hear that?
Even if you want to be a beggar.
And you know what? Fundraisers that are good in fundraising, they get paid a lot. If money is your motivation, fundraisers, if you think that being a beggar is not a good thing, if you're a successful beggar, you know how to fundraise, they get percentage of what they have accumulated for the company or for the organization.
Like,
so this is no joke.
Yes,
if they can raise 1 million and they negotiated 10% of that, or even 2% of that, they get a lot of money. That's just for, you know.
One mom would be happy for her son to become a beggar.
Yeah, so there's one for you there, a beggar fundraiser. So that's one. Thank you very much, Faith. And then we have Thank you for Lasha Day. Thank you. I'm grateful. Godby says people who sit down for a prolonged period of time are considered lazy. That's what I was talking about. And then time wasters and failures.
Lazy. Do you know that those people who are inventors, they are considered to be lazy? Even if you watch a movie about Steve Jobs, you know, he was like lazy. You know,
Yes.
he was lazy all the time. He even lost his program in the university because he was lazy and thinking about how the things can be different and was investigating. He was going to just 2 classes that he liked, graphics and computers, only this, and all about other things.
He doesn't go.
Like
and they consider him as lazy because he's not conforming to...
He was not... Many lazy people, they are not interested simply, you know, you understand?
Yes.
They're not interested.
It's just, but I understand what you're saying. That many lazy people that are considered lazy, they're just not. They're just interested in what you're interested in. But they have their area they're interested in, and they want to focus on that. So we should be careful to say that people are lazy. Maybe they're not putting they can't find what they are interested in, but it doesn't mean that they're lazy.
Now,
so thank you.
is writing that they are considered also time wasters.
Yes.
You know who are real time wasters? Those people that are doing, things that they are not like
achieving anything.
They are not achieving anything, and they don't feel even happy about this because they want to do another thing.
Oh, that's interesting. Did you hear what Kate just said? Kate said that the people that are considered as time wasters, in their opinion, are not the real true time wasters when they're doing certain things. Like, okay, for example, somebody like Steve Jobs, if he was in the garage and he wasn't doing anything, like in his mom's garage, and he was just sitting there for hours, his mom would probably be calling him and saying, "You time wasters, what have you done all day?" But the true people that are time wasters is if you're spending your time and energy in a job or in a position or something that you don't like doing, you hate doing it, you're just doing it because you want to earn money or because
that you have to do something.
Yes, and you know that you have the talent or the ability for something, but you're doing this. That's a time waster. That's a brilliant one. Thank you. That's a brilliant one. So let me finish what Goldvay said. With DSA values now, we know that sitting is a value and we can make money out of it. Yes, brilliant. Thank you very much for that.
Imagine this is just one word, sitting, and now we have listening or being quiet. Oh my God, being quiet.
Fumi said, so many pastors are fundraisers because they cajole people for money. No, I think he meant to say too many pastors are beggars because they cajole people for money, but that's well said. Thank you very much. That's brilliant. Thank you so much. We're almost out of time, and I really do want to, we are out of time, in fact. I really want us to finish this video today. So we've got, what, 3 more minutes? So, no, 4 more minutes?
We don't have, do we have to finish it today? Are you sure?
Are we going to take it over to another day?
Yeah, you can take it, because you can, the next word is being quiet. Is being quiet. You know, if you will go to psychologist and he will just talk, you will run away.
True. Okay, so you're saying?
Yeah, I'm saying that in this video every word is
matters.
A goal. Is
yes,
a goal,
yes,
you know?
yes,
Is perfectly selected, and if you just think about one word, you can find the whole world over there.
Okay, I think Kate has just now pronounced that we've got part 3 of this, and each word is gold. We need to analyze it properly and not speed it so that we can finish in the hour that we have per program. So guys, we'll be back tomorrow for this same program. So we'll be having part 3 because this is so important. We really don't want to cut the lessons short. So we'll see you tomorrow for this part 3. But today we're still coming back. Guess who is back? You already know. Dr. Sunday will be back at 9 p.m. here in Ukraine, which is 7 p.m. in UK and in Nigeria. So he will continue his daily broadcast. And today he's going to teach on he's still on his vindication, I believe, right? So we're still getting vindicated, or he is still getting vindicated with some of his lessons in the past, and other people have been saying that he's saying this or that. But now he's sharing with you what's happening all over the world, what people are doing that are great, and the comparison between the African church and what God really wants us to do, and the people that are doing it and doing a great job out of it. So please join us at 7 p.m. UK and Nigeria time. We'll see you. I appreciate you, Kate. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
We really want more of your comments and engagement with us. So please feel free. We'll be back tomorrow. Get ready. So I'm telling you now in advance, we'll be back tomorrow to continue this. So we'll have part 3. If you haven't watched part 1, please go ahead and watch it. It's also available on YouTube. Thank you very much, and we'll see you again. Take care.
Bye-bye.
Bye.